What is happening, you guys? Hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome back to another video. Today, as you can tell, it is snowing here, and I thought it would be a good idea to go on a quick drive and talk about Acura's front-wheel drive. Now, in my last video that I posted, I got a lot of feedback regarding why I chose a front-wheel drive TLX A-Spec rather than going with a super handling all-wheel drive version or even a Type S. So today, let's go ahead and talk about that. So I did get a warning on my dash a couple minutes ago saying my radar cruise control sensor was blocked. I'm assuming that's because of all the dirt and snow covering the sensor, so I'm not too concerned about that right now. My current tire setup is a 275/35/20. I am running the Michelin Pilot Sport 4 all seasons, and I will say they are pretty good for an all-season tire. It's currently 32 degrees Fahrenheit, so right now it's a little bit icy out there. Now, I got a lot of feedback in my last video about the front-wheel drive versus super handling all-wheel drive version of this vehicle and why I decided to go with the front-wheel drive version. There's a couple of reasons that I never explained to you guys, so I thought I would hop on here and kind of clear that up for you guys. Back in 2022, when I purchased this vehicle, I had a 2019 TLX A-Spec that was actually leased, and that was during the midst of COVID. And if you guys remember, the chip shortage was absolutely insane. There was a bunch of supply chain issues, inventory was low, and companies were not getting their vehicles, right? So the used car market shot up in value, and people were getting crazy amounts of money, top dollar, for pre-owned vehicles, even with a ton of miles on them. So that's basically what happened to me. I had a 2019 TLX A-Spec. I had about 55,000 miles after those 3 years. Now, what happened was my dealer actually called me a month before my lease was due and actually offered me a really good value for my TLX A-Spec. And I couldn't say no to that offer, so I went ahead and traded that in. And with that money, I basically put that down towards this new vehicle. Now, when I was looking for the new 2021 and up TLX A-Specs, I wanted a super handling all-wheel drive, blue on red. A couple dealers in my area had a front-wheel drive A-Spec. Obviously, that wasn't my first choice because I actually wanted a Type S. Now, the wait list for a Type S was even longer. It was about 4 to 5 months, and I could not afford to wait that time because I needed to commute to work every day. And I knew I wanted to get the new TLX due to the new body style, and I really liked the way it looked. So I went ahead and purchased this vehicle, which is a 2022 TLX A-Spec, front-wheel drive. And yes, at the time, my intentions of getting this vehicle were purely cosmetic. Because I liked the vehicle, I had a vision to make this vehicle look good and customize it the way I wanted to. That being said, 2 years later, obviously my intentions have changed and my interests have changed with this vehicle. I'm looking for a more performance-oriented vehicle and something that is a little bit lighter, has more power, better driving dynamics, better power-to-weight ratio, etc. Right? And right now, I don't think the Acura market supports that for me, especially since I'm trying to depart from front-wheel drive. Don't get me wrong, the Integra Type S is a great front-wheel drive vehicle, great power-to-weight ratio, great value, but in my opinion, I think the German market is more suited for me in terms of my interests. Did I have any intentions on making this a performance-oriented vehicle? No. When I first got the vehicle, it was strictly solely for cosmetic reasons, which is why the mods you see are currently on it. Nothing has been done to the engine. There's been no tune. There's only a cold air intake, which is minimal gains for power, and an oil catch can under the hood. So I hope that clears it up for a bunch of you guys that were commenting in the last video. I don't think I really explained to you guys ever why I got a front-wheel drive A-Spec, because yeah, you guys are correct. It is basically a rebadged Honda Accord Sport 2.0 with 8K markup, right? You're paying for the luxury features of Acura, the luxury en-suites, the interior, the sound system, ambient lighting, etc., right? So the big question is, who is this car for, right? If you want a daily that's comfortable, has the luxury features, can get you to point A to point B just fine, and looks pretty cool, then yes, this car is definitely for you. Is it the best value brand new? I don't think so, because like I said in the previous video, these cars are expensive, 45 grand for a new one, for just front-wheel drive, and it has 2-liter 4-cylinder with not even that great gas mileage. I definitely would look into other options if you're looking for a car with more fuel efficiency. This car definitely competes with the IS200T, or I believe it's called the IS300 now, the Audi A4, even the BMW 330i. However, the 330i, I believe, with like an M Sport trim is a little more expensive than this. It's approaching $60. So the bottom line is, if you guys are looking for an attractive daily that can get you to point A to point B and is comfortable, and it has all the luxury features, has cruise control, has all the safety blind spot suites, and a great sound system, then yes, this car is for you. It's not as common as, like, let's say an IS300 or an Audi A4, which is why it might appeal to others, right? That's the only reason why I would justify getting this vehicle. You don't have to be a car enthusiast to purchase one of these, right? If you you like the way it looks, then great. And if you can get a good value, then 100% go for it. Honestly, this car just made me happy because of how the way it came out in terms of the looks and the cosmetics. And yeah, it's not the fastest car on the road and never was intended to be. Now, I will say there were a couple of blessings that came with getting a front-wheel drive vehicle, right? Luckily, IBOC was looking for a R&D vehicle to test their Sportline kit for their springs, and they were looking for specifically a front-wheel drive version, so I was very grateful for that experience because they were phenomenal to work with, and I got a free set of springs. I did drive my friend's TLX A-Spec, which is also the same spec as mine. It's blue on black with just super handling all-wheel drive. Yes, I did notice a difference in handling dynamics, but it did not blow me away, right? If you want stuff to the Type S to get a little more of that performance, then yes, that makes a little more sense. But at this point, I just don't know if I could justify getting one brand new. Definitely in the used market, they are coming down a little bit. You can find them in the mid 40s, mid to high 40s, with decent miles on them. I really appreciate all the comments in the last video. I read each and every one of your comments, so I really appreciate that. And if you guys have any other suggestions on future videos, let me know. 2025, off to a great start. We're cranking out videos for you guys. So stay tuned, subscribe, like, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace, guys.
List, oh yeah, I used to be last on the list, oh yeah, till she heard I'm back on my shit. Now I listen to a tisk tisk brag.